Barack Obama was not America's first black president. Wait, what? This claim, circulating in some corners of the internet, might seem shocking. How could a statement so fundamentally contradictory to our understanding of American history be true? The answer lies in a fascinating blend of historical revisionism, racial identity politics, and the enduring power of myth. At the heart of this assertion is the story of John Hanson, a name largely lost to the annals of time, but resurrected as a supposed forerunner to Obama's legacy. Hanson, a Maryland delegate to the Continental Congress, served as the president of that body from 1781 to 1782. This much is true, but herein lies the twist. Some claim Hanson was actually black, making him, not Obama, the first black president of the United States. This assertion, while intriguing, crumbles under the weight of historical evidence. The story of John Hanson's supposed blackness is a prime example of how historical misinformation spreads. It often begins with a grain of truth, Hanson's presidency of the Continental Congress, and then embellishes it with conjecture and speculation. The lack of widely available portraits of Hanson from his time fuels this speculation. People project their own interpretations onto this blank canvas, creating a narrative that fits their worldview. The Continental Congress, while a governing body during a pivotal time in American history, differed significantly from the presidency established under the U.S. Constitution. Hanson's role, while important, was primarily administrative. He lacked the executive powers vested in the U.S. presidency as we know it. Historical evidence overwhelmingly debunks the claim of John Hanson's black ancestry. No contemporary accounts, documents, or genealogical records support this assertion. Hanson's family history, meticulously documented, reveals a lineage of European descent. The notion of his blackness seems to stem from a misunderstanding of his background and a desire to find precursors to Obama's historic election. This is not to diminish Hanson's contributions to the nascent United States. He played a vital role in the fight for independence and the formation of the new nation. However, attributing a false racial identity to him distorts history and undermines the very real significance of Obama's election as the first black president under the U.S. Constitution. The Hanson myth also intersects with the long and troubling history of the one-drop rule in America. This rule, rooted in racism and the legacy of slavery, dictated that any person with even one drop of black blood was considered black. It was used to maintain racial hierarchies and deny black people their full humanity. Some proponents of the Hanson theory point to the possibility of a black ancestor in his lineage, however remote, as evidence of his blackness. This line of thinking, while not uncommon, reflects a flawed understanding of race as a social construct rather than a biological absolute. The one-drop rule, while historically significant, is a dangerous and inaccurate tool for determining racial identity. Applying it retroactively to historical figures like Hanson without any substantive evidence only serves to muddy the waters of historical accuracy. Section 5. Whispers of Ancestry. The Hanson myth is not the only instance of attempts to assign black ancestry to historical figures. Similar claims have circulated about figures like Thomas Jefferson and Abraham Lincoln, often based on tenuous links or speculation. While the possibility of interracial relationships in their pasts cannot be definitively ruled out, it is crucial to rely on verified historical evidence rather than conjecture. These claims often seem to stem from a desire to find earlier examples of black achievement in American history, a history marred by slavery and segregation. While this desire is understandable, it should not come at the expense of historical accuracy. Obama's election, while groundbreaking, did not occur in a vacuum. It was the culmination of centuries of struggle and progress by Black Americans who fought tirelessly for equality and representation. Section 6. Obama, a presidency forged in history. Barack Obama's election as the 44th President of the United States was a watershed moment in American history. It marked the shattering of a racial barrier that had stood for centuries, a testament to the progress made in the fight for civil rights. Obama's victory was not just a personal triumph, but a collective victory for all those who had dared to dream of a more inclusive and equitable America. His presidency, while not without its challenges, represented a profound shift in the American political landscape. It inspired hope and pride in millions, particularly among Black Americans who saw in Obama a reflection of their own aspirations and struggles. His election was a powerful symbol of progress, a beacon of possibility for a nation grappling with its complex racial past. Section 7. The power of representation. The significance of Obama's election extended far beyond the realm of politics. It had a profound cultural impact, challenging deeply ingrained notions of race and identity in America. For the first time, a Black family occupied the White House, a powerful symbol of inclusion and representation. This visibility mattered, particularly for Black children who, for the first time, saw themselves reflected in the highest office of the land. Obama's presidency sparked important conversations about race and racism in America. It forced a reckoning with the country's legacy of slavery and segregation, prompting a national dialogue about the ongoing struggle for racial justice. His election was a catalyst for change, a moment that continues to shape the national conversation about race and equality. Section 8. A legacy of hope and change. Obama's presidency was not without its flaws, as is the case with any presidency. However, his legacy as the first Black president remains a source of inspiration and hope. He demonstrated that the seemingly impossible was indeed possible, that America was capable of electing a Black man to its highest office. His election was a testament to the enduring power of democracy and the possibility of progress, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Obama's presidency ushered in an era of greater diversity and representation in government. His cabinet appointments reflected the rich tapestry of American society, appointing more women and minorities to key positions than any previous administration. This commitment to diversity extended beyond his cabinet, shaping his judicial appointments and policy initiatives. Section 9. Obama's global impact. Barack Obama's presidency had a significant impact not only on American society, but also on the global stage. His election was met with excitement and hope in many parts of the world, particularly in Africa, where he was seen as a symbol of progress and possibility. His father's Kenyan heritage added a personal dimension to his connection with the continent, and he made it a priority to engage with African nations during his presidency. Obama's foreign policy focused on diplomacy and engagement, seeking to restore America's standing in the world after the Bush years. He ended the war in Iraq, authorized the raid that killed Osama bin Laden, and worked to address global challenges such as climate change and nuclear proliferation. His presidency marked a shift away from unilateralism towards a more collaborative approach to international relations. Section 10. A Forgotten Figure's Enduring Influence. The myth of John Hanson, while historically inaccurate, serves as a reminder of the complexities of racial identity and the enduring power of historical revisionism. It highlights the importance of critical thinking and the need to engage with history from a place of accuracy and nuance. While Hanson's story may not be the example some are looking for, it underscores the importance of seeking out and celebrating the real achievements of Black Americans throughout history. And that forgotten figure? It changed Obama's approach forever. No, not John Hanson. The figure was someone far less known, someone whose story demonstrated the quiet heroism of Black Americans throughout history. Obama, inspired by this forgotten hero, led with a deeper understanding of the struggles and triumphs that had paved the way for his historic presidency.